Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Samasta Janakalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. We left off looking at Shloka 106 on Atma. And what is this? Atma Vastu. And we saw that Tata Atma Sadanandaha Na Asya Dukkham Kadachana. This Atma is of the nature of absolute bliss, and not even a wee bit of sorrow is there in this Atma. And Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati is what we were seeing last time, the very Swarupa Lakshana of Atma being of the nature of absolute bliss. And because this bliss is me and I own up this bliss, in this world I am not content with sorrow and difficulties. In fact, I positively seek out joy and happiness in my life because my nature is bliss, my nature is happiness. So I continuously, in all situations, in all interactions of any object, vastu, vyakti, paristhiti, it is only bliss is what I look for. Continuing over here, Yat sushupto nirvishaya atmanando nubhuyate shruti pratyakshamai maitihyam anumanam cha jagrati. Yat sushupto nirvishaya Atmanando anubhuyate. Sarvaihi, by all, it is said, Yat shushupto, in the very deep sleep, nirvishayaha, there are no objects, We withdraw away from this pluralistic world of the objective reality on the outside, and on the inside, in the dream state, there is nothing being projected on the inside. All our emotions and feelings, ideas and thoughts, everything is suspended. Nothing remains. In that Shushupti Avastha, Atma Anandaha Anubhuyate. It is just in the void when the entire Antakarana is suspended in the deep sleep state, because of the overpowering of tamas, which has veiled over our own Jagrat Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, everything is suspended. In there alone exists this I alone. But I am positively not capable of recognizing my own bliss. Only when I wake up, I say, Sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate. Happily, I had sleep and there was nothing in my sleep. It was just a good night's sleep, we say. There was nothing available. So, Atma Ananda Anubhuyate. By everybody enjoys this bliss of Atma. There is no dream, there is no objective reality. And over here in the second line, what is talked about is that how is it that it is declared that there is only bliss of Atma? So Shrutihi is the first praman, is Shrutihi. And then Pratyaksham, it is our own Anubhuti. Then Aitihyam. Aitihyam is Itihas. By the history has shown this. It is our history, it is our tradition. Anuman, inference. Nothing else is there in the deep sleep state. If we analyze, there is nothing in the deep sleep state. So how do we know that? In inference, our own experience, our own inference, we go looking for a objective reality in our deep sleep, and none of us till today, since the dawn of time until today, none of us have had any ideas shed on the absence of the objective reality in the deep sleep. Nobody is able to conclusively say this is not, but everybody says, I had a good night's sleep. So that cannot be negated. Everybody says, I've had a good night's sleep. And if they not have had good night's sleep, then they say, oh, my sleep was broken. I had dreams, not just dreams, nightmares, whatever it is. But when good sleep one has, there is no waking, there is no dream, there is no projection of any objects, it is just void. So, Anumanam cha Jagrati, this is how clearly it is experienced by all, that in the waking state, when we come out, we can say, Shruti Praman is there, Pratyaksham is there, Aitihyam is there, the traditions, each one of us having our own tradition, and nobody can even negate the tradition, whichever tradition we follow. Even different countries, deep sleep is deep sleep. Doesn't matter, there is no such thing as a Chinese deep sleep, Indian deep sleep, nothing like that. Whichever tradition people follow, the deep sleep experience is the same. And in this way, Anuman cha Jagrati, in this way, over here with shlokas 106 and 107, in two shlokas, Gurudev has labeled this section, Infinite Love, section 27, the self. And over here, this self, it is independently existing all by itself. And also in 107, how is the self established? That Praman is also given as Shruti, Pratyaksham, Aitihyam, Anuman. All of this is declared. Now, the next three shlokas, 108, 109, 110, this is a very unique. We are trying to, Shankaracharya ji explained Anatma as Sharir, as objects, as Indriyas, as Pranas. The Mana Buddhi Chitta Hankar was taken. Apart from that is pure self. And now this unmanifest, this avidya, at the individual level it is called vasana, but at the totality level that avidya is referred to as maya. So maya is pointed out as anatma vastu. And now starting from this maya, karana sharira is what we are entering. Systematically, we went through Sthula Sharir, Sukshma Sharir. Between the Sthula and the Sukshma Sharir, the Pranamaya Kosha, the Pranas were negated, senses were negated, objects were negated. And now, what remains over here is none other than this Karana Sharir. Now, this Karan Sharir will be negated as Anatma Vastu, starting from shlokas 108 all the way up to 123. Karana Sharir will be talked about. Continuing. Avyakta namni paramesha shaktihi anadya vidya trigunatmika para karyanumeya sudhiyaiva maya yaya jagat sarvamidam prasuyate. It is loaded shloka talking about the first adjective used to explain is avyakta namni. It is of the name of avyakta, the unmanifest. This avidya, avyakta namni, it is of the name of the nature called as the unmanifest. Then Paramesha Shaktihi. This Maya, she is a inexplicable force, power of Paramesha. Bhagavan, Brahman's power it is. Paramesha Shakti. She is not ordinary. She is the very power of the Lord. Then Anadi Avidya. It is Anadi. It is beginningless. Cannot understand where it started from. When we ask about the identity of the objective reality, where did this object come from? So we are looking for cause. When I say this watch, where did this watch come from? So I bought it in a store. Where did the store? It came from the factory where it was. How? So some engineer thought about it. The way parts were assembled, this, that, put it together. So there was some cause which gave birth to this objective reality. Every single object that we see, it has some karana. And that karana is a cause for the effect, karya. But when it is said anadi avidya, What is its cause? We don't know. Anadi, beginningless. This Maya, if we go hunting for its cause, not available. Trigunatmika para. She is doped with the three gunas. Oth of the Trigunatmika Maya of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And para. She is superior to the even made up of the three gunas, and she's beyond inexplicable power. Trigunatmika and para. But then how do I know this Maya is there? Karyanumeya. It is known through the effect. The effect we see, and if we see the effects, like this Jagat, for example, Jagat is the effect we see in front of us. We have to accept, if we take Pratyaksha Praman as our eyes, the Pancha Jnanendriyani, the very gross world which we hear, see, smell, feel, taste and transact, the Dravidta of the sthula objective reality, we experience it. So where did all this manifested come from? It came from some cause. So what is the cause? Oh, here scientists say that, cause the Big Bang. Gurudev always used to say, what was Big Bang minus 1? If we say that time started at Big Bang, t equals 0. And then from there everything came out, and now they say, God knows how many years, 280 some billion, trillion years, whatever it is, I don't know, I'm just using a number. But science may say, these many. Gurudev always used to say, but then what was at t minus 1, t minus 10, t minus whatever the number you want to put, what was there? We don't know. We started counting at this t equals 0. Even our local calendar, 2025, the English calendar which we use, so after death, before Christ, that's where it starts. And then each one of us, Vikrama Samvatsara, and all of these different calendars. We have South India, North India, each one has a number. Some t equals 0 it started, and we have come up to. But what is the beginning? We don't know. So who can shed a light on this? Sudhiyaiva Maya. Sudhiyaiva, only men of self-realization, Sushtudhihi, very pure, refined, Sukshma, Tikshna Buddhi, which has gone above and beyond the effects of Maya. Born out of Maya, yet above and beyond Maya. Maya cannot touch such a buddhi. Only such people can shed some proper light on it. Yaya, by whom idam sarvam jagat prasuyate. This entire world of plurality, this world has come out from this Maya. So, this whole world, which is prasuyate, very well projected. This world has come out from it. Avyakta Namni, this very great power, unmanifest. And when it is said unmanifest, Indriya agochar vastu. Senses cannot go over there. Senses cannot fathom it. It cannot process it. Because our senses are gross. If we try to take a look at the cause, karya anumeya, known by the effect, but the cause is not known, indriya gochara vastu. It is ever in the unmanifest state, the true power of it is not seen. Even at an individual level, each one of us, we know our avidya. We know what we know what we don't know. How can we say, since how long is this knowledge not known to me? Beats me. How do I know? All I know is I don't know. I just became aware of the fact that I don't know. That is all. Further cannot be said about this particular avidya. What is the cause of my tendencies? We don't know. Why do I like this? Why do I not like this? I don't know where I picked up this tendency. None of us know. Only from the effects we can say, I must be having such vasanas. Isn't it? That's all. Where did I pick up that vasana? Don't know. Bhagavan Krishna says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjanam tanyaham vetta sarvani natvam vetta parantapa. That you and I have taken many births in the past, Arjuna. I know them all, but you don't. Bhagavan clearly says that. The praman that Bhagavan is all-knower. And only he is a Shakti-man of this Shakti, Parama-Shakti of Maya. Paramesha Shakti. Avyakta Namni Paramesha Shakti. Mameva ye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. Bhagavan clearly says, you bow down to me, you surrender to me, and you will be liberated from her. So, he alone, it is his power, only he alone can grant us that mukti in this knowledge. So, the Shakti is always dependent on a support. Shakti always has a locus. Money, we just have money. But which money? Where money? Then we say, Dhanwan. The one who has money. Money is all. The repository of wealth is with this person. Shaktiman, Dhanwan, Balavan, Jnanavan. So, this Pratyayavan, the one who wields it. But what about the Trigunatmika Shakti? That the only person who can wield that is Parama Isha, Paramesha Shakti, the power of. So, it is basically what is mentioned by saying Paramesha Shakti. She is not Swatantra. She depends on Paramatma for her existence. That is to be picked up from here. She is not Swatantra. She is not independent. Her existence is dependent upon Ishvara. Anadi Vidya, it does not have a beginning. Creation is not the beginning of matter. It is the beginning of manifestation. What we talked about, this Big Bang. Array at time equals whatever t equals 0, whatnot, it just came into manifestation. That doesn't mean it did not exist. We celebrate our birthday. Our birthday is our arrival into the Sthul Jagat. But we existed as potential existence even before the 9 months that our mother carries us. Asti, Jayate, Asti, potential existence. Interestingly, the Shat Vikara starts from Asti, Jayate, Vardate, Viprinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati. These 6 modifications of the body. The first one is Asti. And when we pass on, what remains, they also call it Asti. Very interesting. We were in the potential existence form, and somebody may pick up an urn of ashes for us, and they will go somewhere, and ashes of our kith and kin we will sprinkle, as per our tradition, whatever it is. But the urn of ashes, in our Shastra, it is called Asti, remainder. We were Asti, Jayate, and after we go, Asti remains. Journey has to continue. This is called Anadiya Vidya. Very peculiar, sometimes when we contemplate on ideas like this, that itself brings about Vairagya and Vivek Shakti properly. And what am I holding on to? What came with me? What am I taking with me? And for Kabir ji says, do tin din ka khel, ye mera, ye tera, ye mera, ye tera. And then we lose ourselves. Fight and this and that. Very, very peculiar us humans. But this is what goes on. A little piece of land, to purchase it, oh. So much paperwork. Go to a title company, and little piece of paper is given that you own this 1/4 acre of this land. How long? God knows. Until we leave. Somebody will get a death certificate and transfer it again to some other name. Like, kya ye sab? But this is peculiar. This is Maya. The presence of Maya, inexplicable. Karyanumeya. This is the effect. We are seeing it, and yet we are so solidly rooted in it. We are seeing the effects. People arriving, people going. It's just continuously. This time, in India, traveling, and I always have a habit of going to wherever, whether it's an airport or train station, wherever it is, I go early. And so many trains are coming. I said, there must be. My train was only at 10 o'clock and went at 9:15. But I must have seen like every 4-5 minutes, the train comes, stands over there for 3-4 minutes and again gone. And the loudspeaker continuously, गाड़ी नंबर ये आ रही है प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 1 पे, और ये गाड़ी रवाना हो रही है वो प्लेटफॉर्म पर. अरे कंटिन्यूअसली गाड़ी आती है, गाड़ी जाती है, गाड़ी आती है, गाड़ी जाती है. ये जीवन भी एक गाड़ी का ही खेल है ना. Which platform we have to figure out? सत्व रजस तमस, बस माया के 3 प्लेटफॉर्म है. सत्व के प्लेटफॉर्म पर शायद गुरु भी मिल जाएंगे, बताएंगे कि ये क्या कहां फंस गए हैं आप. रजोगुणा तमोगुणा प्लेटफॉर्म, what will we find? The main platform is where they have Gita Press Gorakhpur books. I even noticed that. बाकी के प्लेटफॉर्म पे पकोड़े चाय मिलता है बस. So unique, so unique. That is Karyanumeya Sudhyeva Maya. Oh, only a wise person can reveal this to us, that you're caught up in something. You're caught up in something. Where are you going? Where is this journey taking you? Where is this journey taking you? Now the next shloka, that is, my goodness, a masterpiece stroke of Shankaracharya ji. What a something which cannot be explained. He has explained it so well. A genius of Shankaracharya ji. He's a Sudhyaiva Maya. Only such a person can, in 4 lines, explain inexplicable. The previous shloka, Vyakta Namni Paramesha Shakti, all that he is saying, that Anadya Vidya Trigunatmika Maya, which is peculiar, cannot be known. And yet he very beautifully, what does he say? Sannapya sannapyubayatmikano bhinnapya bhinnapyubayatmikano sangapya sangapyubayatmikano mahat bhuta anirvachaniya rupa. So, Sangha, Pasangha, Hi, Ubhayatmikano. So, we start with first line. Sat, Na. Api, Asat, Na. Then, Api, Ubhaya Atmika, Na. 3 things he is saying. Sat na, asat na, ubhaya api na. What is he saying? So he is saying sat, meaning existence. Sat na, it is not sat. What is the definition of sat? Sat meaning Trikale api yat tishtati iti sat. That which exists in all 3 periods of time. What we are seeing, this word, is the effect. Karyanumeya, it was mentioned in the last shloka. These effects. But is this effect permanent? No. Cause though, forget about it, cannot even see. Avyakta namani paramesha shakti. So, its existence, is it? No. We just mentioned continuously train coming, train going, train coming, train going. Bas. Continuously dance of the universe. What is here, the next moment it's gone. That's all. But the Sat meaning existence, that existence which was, which is, and which will be. So it is not. Asat na. So, no. Is it, first one is existence? No. Second is non-existence? None. Can we say that Maya does not exist? No, we cannot say that she doesn't exist because we are experiencing it. What is non-existence? the horns on my head, that is called asat. Because they were not there, they are not here, and hopefully, knock on wood, tomorrow also I will not have horns on my head. So the horns on my head, we can say asat vastu. It is not existing. But Maya, how can we say? Because a non-existing thing cannot give birth to existence. This phone in my hand, it exists. And because it exists, there has to be a cause. The Apple company has made it. But nothing. Absence, asat vastu. That asat vastu, how can that non-existence give birth to something which exists? This company exists, that's why it is made. Take anything in this world. Only existence can create another existence. Our parents created us first. So, asat apina. Sat asat. How can? That's just contradiction in terms. How can existence and non-existence both exist together? Not possible. I have and I also don't have horns. A buffalo for sure has horns. We don't have horns. Bas. There is no such thing as a creature in between which has both this and that. There are animals who will grow horns. That's all. A code is written for them in their genetics that it has to grow. Over here, there is no. So, any single thing that existence gives birth to it. If it doesn't exist, then there is absolute no existence. But you cannot mix existence and non-existence. Till today, we have not seen anything like that. Nothing exists with ubhaya swabhavaha. So, it's either exists or it doesn't exist. So, Maya, Satna, Asatna, and Ubhaya api na. Then the next line says, Bhinna api, Bhinna na. Api abhinna na. Ubhaya atmikanaha api na. Is Maya different from Brahman? Is it one with Brahman? Can Ubhayapi, can it be with Brahman and not be with Brahman both at the same time? No. Is she non-different from Brahman? Brahman is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, Brahma. Bas. But over here, she's of the nature of avidya. And Brahman is of the nature Jnanam. It is known. So, she cannot be with Brahman. Is she apart from Brahman? Because effects are seen. And if an effect is seen and its cause, it is not seen, avyakta namni, unmanifest, but we infer that she is the cause. But then, where did it come from? So, Paramesha Shakti, the Shakti, Paramatma is a support of Maya. Paramatma is not Maya. So, very unique. Paramatma, she takes support of Bhagavan. But Bhagavan is not Maya. And Bhagavan explains this. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nacha teshu mavastita. Even though I pervade everything, but in that I am not. Meaning, he is only existence. He is only given Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. In my unmanifest form, I lend my existence. And she dances, the Shakti dances on the existence. And that's why she appears that she is. But in reality, when we question, she is not. So, we cannot say that she is one with Brahman. We cannot say that she is apart from Brahman. We cannot say that she is both. She is unique. She is just Paramesha Shakti, some inexplicable power. Then, Sa Anga Api over here says Sanga Api Na, with parts. Ananga Api, she is not with parts, neither is she with parts, and she is beyond, she cannot be both with parts and without parts. Whatever we experience manifestation. If we experience the world of manifested reality, so manifested reality is with parts. This watch has a dial, it has hands, it has a belt, it has a closing mechanism. All these parts go to make up this watch. Every single thing has parts. So, she over here is neither made up of parts, she is not with neither made up of parts, nor whole, nor both. Because any part that we see, it can be reduced to existence. But what is the existence of Maya? That we cannot resolve. That is avidya. Manifested world we can reduce. That's why we have Brahmaji, Bhagavan Vishnu and Bhagavan Shivji as Shrushti, Sthiti and Lai. For what? For Shrishti. If something comes out created, it is sustained for some time, and then samhar, laya. And after it goes, its existence is suspended. Parts are gone. When a Shrishti comes out, then it is all in parts. And those parts are experienced. So, very unique. Mahat Adbhuta Anirvachaniya Rupa. She's of the nature of Anirvachaniya. Mahat Adbhuta. She is just the most inexplicable wonder of wonder. Is this Maya? So this Maya is a very unique power. The more we think about it, the more we realize how much we do not know. If anybody goes into the search of avidya, we will realize we have fallen into the deep abscess of confusion. There is nothing. Anirvachaniya. You just cannot understand it. Mahat Adbhuta. Most wonder of wonder. So then what do we do? That's why we have to question that which has existence. Why? Only because I exist, I'm questioning. I exist and I know I exist. This watch exists. But does the watch know that it exists? No. The watch will never go into the search of its own existence. It is blissfully unaware of its existence. And that's why whichever object, wherever we leave it, we will find it over there. It's not going to get up and go, and somebody else can pick it up and move it. That's a different story. But by itself, matter will never ever question its existence. A conscious entity like me, I will question, who am I? Where am I? What is my purpose? When kids graduate from college, 18 years old, graduate from high school, we ask them, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. But then, I'm going to study this, I'll figure it out. They don't know, but life is not, I will not know, I will figure it out. And some take a long time to figure it out. That's a whole different story. It's okay. But they are in the journey of this life to make sense of what this life is. Why am I here? What am I doing? Only an existing being who is self-conscious will go into the inquiry of my existence. Thus, When I go into the inquiry of my existence, I come to the understanding with the support of Shastra and Guru Praman that I am not just something floating around. My existence is also not the existence of something like this body. It arrives and then it goes. It arrives and then it goes. My existence is beyond the existence of the body. My existence is also beyond the existence of this mind. This mind has been there since beginningless. How many births this mind has gone through? I don't know. So what is the existence of this mind? I can't go into that inquiry for how long this mind has been around. But I can change the direction of this mind. That I can do. I can make this mind a noble mind, a quiet mind, a divine mind. And that mind can eventually go along with this intellect in search of the truth. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. The speech went in search along with the mind of the truth only to return without knowing. Because they are going the way they are. The way they are, it is still avidya. Avidya will never come to know. That mind, a product of avidya, has to be completely reshaped, repackaged for an inquiry into the truth. It is the only equipment we have to know. Yes, it is born out of Maya, but this is an amazing equipment which will allow us to complete our inquiry. Thus, this existence can be known, but the existence of the pluralistic reality in front of us, we will never be able to know its existence. That's why people get frustrated. Why am I going through trouble? Why are my planets like this? Why are my parents? Who will we blame? I was not given opportunity at work. I was not given opportunity in life. How much we can blame and who can we blame? Oh, my parents never gave me these things and that's why, everybody does their best with the knowledge given to them. How much can we blame? Until one day we come and realize, you know what? Let me take control and charge of my equipment. Let me go on a journey of my own. That is called, in Upanishadic terms, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedamaya Nastya Kritakritena Na Asti Akrutaha Krutena. This is not a product. This is uncaused cause. Is not available in some cause of Maya. Not possible. Nirvedamaya Nastya Kritakritena. Sa vijnanartham. See, for knowing this, sa gurumeva vigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtha. That guru is not an ordinary person. Shrotriya, a learned person. Brahmanishtha, who has gone beyond the Maya. Sudhiyaiva Maya. Last shloka talked about Sudhiyaiva. This one who has known the truth. From the standpoint of truth, they have understood the ephemeral nature of projection. And only such a person can be a guide. If we want to look for something in the dark other than a flashlight, what can help? What can remove darkness? Can we go shopping for a bucket in Home Depot that, oh, I need this bucket to, remove darkness? Like we remove dirt with a wheelbarrow. We bring that wheelbarrow in the room and to move darkness. Darkness cannot be removed. We cannot burn darkness. We cannot wet darkness. We cannot empty darkness. To remove darkness, you have to switch the light on. And what happens when we turn the light on? Its existence disappears all at once. All of a sudden, the whole room is only light. Where did the darkness go? The presence of light itself got rid of darkness. Light did not do the job of removing darkness like a wheelbarrow does the job of removing dirt from the backyard to the front yard. It's not what light did. Light did not remove darkness. Light ascertained its presence as light. That's what a Shrotriya Brahmanishtha does. He ascertains his presence. I am. Because I am, you are too. Only such a teacher can say that thou art Tattvamasi. You are the same existence as me. We are not two different existences. Existence is one. And the teacher, just like that light, ascertain the presence. And when presence is known, darkness evaporates. The whole thing gone. Aha. We cannot even say I know it, because to say I know it, we will have to objectify it. We will just open our mouth and I have been taken for a ride. Oh my God, this is who I am. Such is the presence of Maya. I know just 2 shlokas I did, but these are not ordinary shlokas. A most wonderful composition of Shankaracharya ji. The inexplicable he tries his level best to explain, and he's done an amazing job. It requires a little bit of independent thinking. I can explain this, but whoever hears this, watches this, they are going to have to spend time with themselves to sort out what is Maya. We'll continue. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.